Debate over the Chinese Communist Party's rising threat taking center stage in Washington. Lawmakers heard new testimony on Capitol Hill about U.S.'s interests they say are under attack. NTD's Daniel Monnaghan has the highlights.
The Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party chairman Mike Gallagher warned about TikTok becoming a primary news source for younger generations, with their worldviews potentially being shaped by the CCP.
It would be as if in 1962, at the height of the Cuban Missile Crisis, we allowed Pravda and the KGB to purchase the New York Times, the Washington Post, ABC, and NBC, and that probably understates the scope of the problem.
Gallagher says there's clear evidence that parent company ByteDance has done the Communist Party's bidding. He discussed how the CCP forced ByteDance to shut down its news platform because it went against its core socialist values.
And in a groveling self-criticism, the founder of ByteDance apologized for failing to respect socialist core values and deviating from public opinion guidance and failing to realize that socialist core values are the prerequisite to technology. Following this, ByteDance announced a new strategy to hire 4,000 extra censors and integrate socialist core values into its technology.
Representative Seth Moulton also touched on the online threat of the CCP.
But today, China is attacking our businesses, our citizens, our kids through the internet every single day.
Former State Department official Miles Yu says the CCP is strongly influencing Chinese citizens abroad through buying major media outlets.
Hundreds of TV stations, newspapers, magazines overseas, outside of China, almost all of them are now bought by the Chinese Communist Party. There's a recent study indicated that the only network that is not really controlled by the Chinese Communist Party is the Falun Gong related media outlets.
Congresswoman Michelle Steele highlighted the problem with universities taking CCP money.
UC Berkeley received $220 million from CCP, never reported.
Miles Yu also touched on what he views as the corrupt relationship of prestigious universities like Harvard with the CCP.
They conduct a survey on behalf of the Chinese government to prove that 93% of Chinese people support the Chinese Communist Party. So use Harvard's prestige to support the Chinese propaganda.
Yu says Harvard didn't even do their own research, instead subcontracting a Chinese company in Beijing to do it. Yu discusses what the CCP most fears about America.
It doesn't matter which party is in charge. Democrats or Republican is not a policy per se. It's the very existence of the United States that could inspire Chinese people. That's what they fear about most.
Testimony was also heard on the CCP's infiltration of sensitive infrastructure.
For all the ports, same thing too. They're controlling our cranes and they're controlling data tracking systems.
While Congressman Gallagher is calling on the Biden administration to investigate the Chinese drone company Autel Robotics, Gallagher says Autel is openly affiliated with the People's Liberation Army. The congressman says law enforcement and state and local governments are purchasing and operating Autel drones, potentially exposing sensitive data across the country. Daniel Monnaghan, NTD News.